Zerg again.
Another ZVP.
Is it going to do a one base plus one timing attack? We'll see. Take it away.
All right, looks like at the top right here we have our, I believe he's a Masters Zerg, the blue Masters Zerg, and down in the bottom right we have our red Protoss, who I believe is a Diamond player.
You were correct. So we have a Diamond versus Master. We'll soon see how that's transferred.
TC Daekyun. See how this Master Zerg opens up differently than our Diamond Zerg player did, and if Chase tries another 7-gate timing push. While we do that, let me see if I can get a load of Leave Me Alone.
Chase Askins is asking cross only. So it looks like he's going for a fast forge expands for some of what he did in the previous games. Now Dalkin, I think is how you would pronounce his name. So TC Dalkin is a master. Now the difference between a master and a diamond should be your general playing abilities. Okay,
a lot of that's just going to come down to
your timings,
scoutings and timings, and being able to counter, especially as a Zerg, super reactive race, whereas Protoss seems to be a lot of timing.
Zerg is very reactive. Excuse me.
Having to take a short break here. Let me see here. Looks like I Wish I Was Good and Leave Me Alone may already be in game. I see I Wish I Was Good in game, and I haven't been able to add Leave Me Alone yet. So
that's fine.
Hopefully
those maybe
two
the
are
other
playing
two
those games. Yeah.
This manner is the best one right now. Come on, Duncan. We are waiting. SPAWN is spawn. Is
Leave Me Alone was in your channel at one point. Not sure where he went.
I believe that's Antigua that's cross spawn, I think. I don't think it's force cross spawn this one.
I think there is one where you can force a cross spawn.
Yeah, that's Antigua.
Well, I mean, one version of this, yeah, GSL. I think WCS might be too, as well.
I don't know. This is the one that Plans and was one of their map holes, so I just picked whatever Plans is. I don't feel like going through every map, so I just picked the ones that I know. And these are ladder maps anyway, so I don't see what the big difference is.
This is a rather long break that Daekyun is taking, but hopefully everything's alright. As yesterday my mouse died in the middle of my laddering session.
Oh, that was good.
Becomes rather hard to micro with not being able to box.
How did your mouse die? Is it run the batteries?
Yeah, I have a wireless mouse.
So do I.
And luckily the person I was playing was a good sport and let me pause.
My keyboard runs out of batteries too.
Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully, there we go.
Stubborn what?
Evangelicals. Looks like
Okay.
had a couple missionaries at his door. He's ready to get his priorities straight and play some StarCraft 2. Game started
That's
back
why
up.
you just say, "Get off my property now." Okay, that's
There you
a
go.
weird place for the forge.
I was thinking the same thing. He's had a couple interesting pylon placements to start the game, and same with the forge, but it's going to be a rather large Sim City to wall off there.
I like the forge down here, and then cross vision this way, but that's just my preference, I suppose. I'm not diamond, so funny thing. Let him do what he wants.
So
Here he
here,
goes with his old cannon press again.
Here comes the cannon push again.
And Duncan sees that right off the bat.
Yeah, and he may put his drones either in hold position in the spots so that you can't have these cannons walled in. He didn't end up doing that, but a lot of times you'll see Zergs end up doing that. They'll just put their drones on hold position in the choke points so that they can't have cannons that are walled in. Important thing to note is he did go full
Well, he's
first.
putting in a lot of investments into this.
Yeah, he really is.
We have
Yeah,
$450.
These lings are gonna clean this up fairly quickly. And there we go, nice cancels. And I'm
At least
surprised.
he only loses the pylon and a little bit of the cannons.
Exactly, and it looks like the Coon is taking his Overlord up to scout out and make sure there's no pylons up at this third. He'll probably be expanding there rather soon. He's going to check everything out there and take those rocks out with his Zerglings. While he's doing that, it looks like Chase is setting up his Sim City. It's a different looking Sim City than a lot of these wall-off that I'm used to seeing. He's got his cannon down in his gateway. We should be seeing a cybernetics core fairly quickly here. Should be starting to work on his warp gate.
It's going to be a very difficult ramp to wall off.
Yeah, it sees how he's setting it up is a little bit different. His Nexus is going down, and Coon's third is coming down. See a big drone shift, getting everything saturated. Looks like he's just under saturation at his main, and he's already well on his way at his second. Should be able to have those fully saturated by the time that his third pops, and have that saturated fairly quickly, so he should have a very, very strong late game. He's also going gasless at the start to get these completely saturated. If it's going to be a Stefano type build, we should see the gases coming down between the 6 and 630 mark. He's got a good Overlord scout. He just, let me see if, yeah, he just went through and he saw pretty much the whole setup that Chase is doing. There's a cybernetics core down, and now he's researching warp gate.
We don't see that stubborn gate yet. So.
No, if that's coming down, it should come right around the 8-minute mark, if that's the timing he's going for. And you can see that he's got that probe hidden up here in the top left. Oh, and a beautiful find by that Zergling. Very nice, nicely played by Coon, making sure he's got everything scouted out.
Yeah, well, Coon has an Overlord up there as well, so.
Yeah, he's actually sending that Overlord through, who is going to see these 2 gateways being built. So he's going to have all the information he needs about this right now. He's also going to come by and see at the front that is the Stalker or Zealot's being warped out. He'll probably a Stalker at this point in the game. Also, I'm not sure if to the left of the forge here, if you can get something through there or not. It's going to be close. It's
possible a lane could tie
through there.
Well, I mean, we're in between his forge and his cyber core. It's pretty much wide open.
Yeah. So this will be interesting, especially if the Coon scouts that, sees that's going to be really susceptible to a Baneling bust, but he doesn't really have to.
Not good against Hertzes, that's for sure.
No. And you can see he's thrown down 4 gases now, a little later than normal, right around the 8-minute mark, so it'll be interesting. He's put a lot of investment into Lings, so he's probably going to come and just scout the 3rd and the 4th areas, make sure that that he's not expanding anywhere, and you can see the overlords. They're starting to take control of the map.
We have
He
a
has
Baneling Snatch
Chaos.
going down as well for the Coon. So.
Yep, he's probably scouted that weak spot in that wall, and he knows that he can really expose that either with a Roach push after a Baneling bust or a Ling push after a Baneling bust. He's getting +1 melee attack. I'm going to assume he's going Ling's Baneling at this point in time. He actually also has his third saturated perfectly with the 16 drones right now. For the minerals, no gases there yet. And then he has perfect saturation on his other two bases. So
we do have a Void Ray as well, a couple of Voids. One going to do. It's a different play from what he did the first game, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 6, 7 gates again. Timings could be a 7-gate robo push, but that's not going to be real super efficient against speedlings that are going to have +1/+1, especially when he doesn't have that +1 yet. He's just about probably 15 seconds away from getting that done.
4 Queens shoot that Void Ray away. There's no way that got good creep stretch so he could get there.
He's probably going to just try and clear out the Overlord pass there so that he can't have it scouted. The Coon's actually supplied block, but he has 6 Overlords on the way because his economy is really starting to bloom. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a 4th after that macro hatchery. He's just going to start churning out units.
And Baneling speed and also Overlords sacks coming up as well.
Could see some
we could
drops.
see a carpet bomb. That's really interesting. If you ever see that, that's really good.
It's
Very
actually
strong.
going to be super effective against this setup that Chase has. He doesn't have a lot of cannons inside his main base. We'll probably see Overlord speed coming as well after this so that he can just get in there and drop on those mineral lines more than likely.
That's what I would be thinking he's doing, but I could
Wow,
be
we
wrong.
have 23 Lings coming or 23 Banelings coming and 34 Zerglings. This is probably going to be a pretty good sized push if he decides to drop or he just decides to push that front door in. Those also important to notice that these rocks have been destructed down here between the second and third. Probably looking to expand here fairly quickly. Yep, there you go. And here's going to be
access with the Zerg.
Yep. There goes the Zerglings scouting that front of the base again, and you can see he doesn't have anything blocking off that in between those two pylons, so Banelings can just fly through there and surround those and take them out really quickly. Loading up all these Banelings into his Overlords right now. The Coon's set is going to be a fairly devastating attack. Looks like, oh wow, he's getting extended thermal lance, but I hadn't seen a robotics bay coming out there.
Saw it.
So we'll see a Colossus, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there in time to...
Not really going to do. I can't shoot up against Overlords. So.
Nope. And you can see all the Lings he has. He's going to bust, and then he's just going to kick in that front door. And he has a cannon blocking that spot in between his two pylons now, so he's completely walled off. The spot to attack will probably be his third at this point. But the Coon is just continuing to expand. Creep spread is very, very good. And there the Legions getting in position for his attack on the third. Here comes a Baneling bust. Those Phoenixes trying to take things out, but he's going to drop right on top of all these sentries and all these stalkers. It's going to be painful for him, and all these stalkers going down. Chase doing a great job of spreading, actually, though. He defended that beautifully, taking out a ton of
Good
Overlords.
force fields as well.
Block. Yep, he took out a lot, but the Zergling trying to find where to come in, and his attack is deterred. Also important to note that he's decided to take a Spire 2 more gases. He could be looking to transition into Mutaling or Infestor Mutaling. Infestor Mutabaneling Ling is something that Protosses have learned to hate. It's so hard to stop with that fungal growth. Since he does have the pathogen glands, he's got the +2 Caprice almost finishing. I believe he had +2 melee already done. He has the hive out, so he's probably already started or will be starting soon that adrenaline glands.
He's getting roach speed right now. So.
Maybe we'll be interested to see if he transitions into Roach Baneling here, getting 2 more gases on a 5th. A lot of times when you get